Stanley Cup champion, Jay Caufield. Jay, I present to you Mr. Ronald Cook.
Hey, Ron. Joe,
Hey,
first of all, thanks for having me on.
Hey, Jay.
Ron, nice to... How you doing today? It's just a couple more days, one more day tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a difficult one. Tomorrow's going to be a difficult one. I know that.
I'm sure it will, Ron. And just congratulations. As everybody's, what a wonderful show that Austin and Joe have put on with you over the last couple of days. And I think everybody just shows you how they all feel about you, but a wonderful career. And certainly enjoy your time away from all this and down in Florida. And it's been a pleasure for me talking to both you and Joe and talking to you for all these years, Ron. It's been a real pleasure talking Penguins hockey and everything else that goes with it. But again, as long as I've been here, you've been around. So it's a pleasure.
Jay, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. And right back at you. I covered those 90, 91, 92 teams and have been working at it ever since. And I'll never forget you guys.
Yeah, no, that's how we feel too, Ron. And obviously everybody else feels the same way. The people and the guests on the show, it's been outstanding. And everybody feels the same way. So it's wonderful.
Now, you have my number. I want you to keep in touch. When you set up Starkey's Golf with Mario, I want you to let me know. So I want to know the details about it, okay? His dream foursome is you, Mario, Pierre, and himself. That's all he asked for. That one time, that's all he wants.
Or Pomp in there. I'll take that, too. No, forget that.
Forget him. So.
I will definitely let you know that, for sure.
Hey, Jay, nice win last night, huh?
Yeah, it's a great one out of the break. A real, they were sharp. They looked good. And then certainly Tristan Jarry, though, as the game went on, he was really very good. Made everything look... He was always in great position, looked under control, and he had to be in good position because if there was any kind of great opportunity by Winnipeg, he was right there. And again, it's nice to see him against 6 shutouts. Pretty amazing, and they look good. And much needed points because I really did feel. I think Philly won last night, Jersey win. I mean, all these things they're still holding on to these other teams, but I do think if the Penguins continue to play and get great goaltending like they have, and both goaltenders have provided that. They're going to find themselves in a good position, hopefully, by the end of this year.
What'd you think of the Dylan hit?
Well, it's just all head. Again, it's a hit. So many years ago, that would have been a big hit, but still, you get the head. So if that had been, and let me change it. If that had been years ago, and I'm not one guy that usually goes back and says back in the day, but if that would have been a hit like that, it would have been a big hit, and there would have been a big fights that would have followed up with it. That's what it would have been like before. Today, you cannot do that. He got Noel Acciari all head, and they got to make the call. And it should be, I don't know what they're doing with it from the league standpoint, but that's the hit they don't want, and it goes from there. The one thing about it, he's a left-handed defenseman, left-sided defenseman. He comes across on the right side, maybe just found himself in a different position, but Dylan plays that way. He's always on the edge, and that's what he provides for Winnipeg. That one, you hope Noel Acciari's okay, and I think what they heard said last night that he was doing fine, but that's the kind of hit that they have to have out of the game, that they need to get out of the game, and that was the hit that turned everything around last night for the Penguins.
Jay, we know the importance of the points. I like the way they played last night. I mean, they waited for their opportunities. You didn't see many shorthanded breaks coming. I don't even know if there was one. I was in the stands last night. And I don't even know if I saw one shorthanded, odd man break coming back. Sullivan, I'll bet, had to think that was one of their better wins of the year, I would think.
I would think so. I think even just the way, again, they were always in the right, they're above them. They didn't get themselves caught. When you see guys go down and then somebody backs out and makes sure they're in a position for the D to go down the wall, then they can cover up all those things that you just mentioned, Ron. There wasn't odd man breaks. And I still say, even within that, you need your goaltender to be solid and be outstanding, and Tristan Jarry provided that. So, again, out of the break, they were the sharper team to start with. I felt like Winnipeg was getting momentum in the beginning of that second period, 5 minutes through it, and then you had the hit by Dylan on Acciari, and then that flipped it. And, again, even inside that 5-minute power play, it took the Jeff Carter goal to really kind of, at least you get one, then they followed it up with another one. Certainly a big swing, big moments in the game. But, yeah, I liked every part of their game was solid. And if they can just keep themselves on that good kind of roll, because the Winnipeg Jets, when you go through their lineup, now they've added, Monahan, and sometimes teams don't respond, and I didn't even really notice him that much last night, but they're 4 lines deep that produce. And the Penguins just were very, very good. You know they're going to get their opportunities. You need your goaltender to be good, and he was just that. Very, very good last night.